Good afternoon, good morning. Mark Johnson from Loyalty 360. Hope everyone's happy, safe, and well. Please join us on Thursday, October 16th at noon East Coast time for another edition of our Loyalty 360's Lunch and Learn series. This time we're going to be looking at how brands are redefining value in a price-sensitive market. These sessions, the Loyalty 360 Lunch and Learn sessions, are led by brand members. They are the cornerstone of Loyalty 360's mission, which is to drive meaningful dialogue and collaboration among customer loyalty professionals around customer experience, engagement, and most importantly, customer loyalty. As economic pressures reshape consumer behavior, brands are being challenged to deliver brand value beyond the traditional discounting. During this Lunch and Learn session, we are going to discuss how brands are evolving their customer loyalty strategies to meet rising price sensitivities while still driving unique engagement opportunities and growth. Leading this session, we're excited to be joined by Ryan Drade. He is the head of loyalty at Giant Food, and Ali Blauwit. She's the senior director of customer strategy at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Ryan, Ali, how are you today?
Doing great, Mark. Thank you.
Doing really well, thank you.
Ryan, as we mentioned, this upcoming session is all about how value is being redefined in today's market. From your perspective at Giant Food, how are you seeing this shift play out with your customers?
Yeah, and again, Mark, thank you for having us for this discussion. I'm really looking forward to it. I think there was a book that once stated, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And I think there's some truth to that in how we look at current conditions. The good news is we have more carded shoppers than in prior years. So on the surface, that's really good, right? More shoppers has to be a better thing. But the worst of times aspect is, at the same time, the data is showing us that customers are more willing than ever to shop around. They're spreading out trips to find the best combination of value. And so convenience is no longer sufficient. We were really good at convenience, but it's not the COVID era anymore. It truly is the value era. So we have more shoppers, but the quality under the surface isn't great. Prior, we'd see a lot more what we call primary shoppers, but now a lot of it is more of the tertiary variant. So some folks are breaking up with us, as awful as that sounds, and they're playing the field. So we'll be talking a lot about that in this discussion. We're not losing shoppers, but we're losing parts of their basket, specific categories. A customer that used to give us the full basket may now not do center store grocery or meat. They'll go somewhere else for it. So it shows you that they're willing to spend more time to get more value. You didn't see this during COVID. Shoppers want a one-stop shop at that point for health purposes. But now they're comfortable going to multiple places to find that value. And that's a real challenge for us.
Okay. And Ali, personalization is a key theme of the upcoming discussion. Without giving away too much, what will attendees learn about how Blaine's Farm and Fleet is thinking about personalization within customer loyalty?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for us, it's more than just a tactic. It's a strategic imperative. I'm really hoping that the attendees to our session are going to hear and take away how we're evolving our loyalty program to meet the expectations of a multi-generational customer base, how we're leveraging zero-party and first-party data, third-party data to really tailor individual experiences. We're very focused on creating that meaningful value beyond just discounts. There's gamification that we'll talk about, the co-brand partnership, cross-channel orchestration, and really our ultimate goal is to deepen relationships with our neighbors by understanding their unique needs and preferences and using these insights, these actionable insights, to make every interaction more relevant and rewarding.
Okay. Ryan, many brands are looking to their customer loyalty program, but more holistically, the strategy as a competitive advantage from a data perspective, from an engagement paradigm. When you look at your customer loyalty efforts, and they've been very successful, how do they play in helping Giant Food differentiate your offering in such a crowded marketplace?
Yeah, great question. I remember back in business school, they taught you that you could succeed in one of two ways. You're either the lowest cost provider or you're being very differentiated. We're definitely not the former, but there are ways to meet the latter in terms of really trying to stand out and be differentiated. So our loyalty program, Flexible Rewards, is really meant to be standing out in that capacity. Grocery loyalty programs they're not like hotels or airlines where thousands of dollars of value are on the books per customer at any point. In fact, an average customer might only have like 200 or 300 points in their account, and that's maybe worth a couple of dollars at the most. So Some programs might just want to allow that to wash out in breakage, but we realize that those light to moderate shoppers are really the ones that make a difference, and they have a choice each week where they want to shop. They're not tied to any one specific competitor. So why aren't the lowest cost? Well, we aren't the lowest cost provider, but could we stand out otherwise? And the answer is yes. We introduced point redemptions of 5 and 10 and 25 points to get products worth like $1 or $2 per redemption last year, and even more options at that 5-point level earlier this year, because we realize that if we can convince a shopper that even with a handful of points, the program carries value each week to maybe get 2 or 3 things for free, that could be a difference maker. And the data is reinforcing that, where the shoppers that are redeeming are often the ones that are coming back at record levels due to the differentiation involved. So I'm looking forward to discussing that a little bit more in depth when we have this conversation, because a lot of these things fly in the face of conventional loyalty, which is you only focus on your power users. And in fact, in grocery, where folks are so fickle, we're focusing a lot of our attention on those ones that are making a choice each week and trying to get them to choose Giant.
Absolutely. Allie, when you look at the upcoming session, what do you hope or what do you think that attendees will take away, especially as they think about, balancing customer expectations with their business needs?
Yeah, great question. And, honestly, what we need to all walk away from this session and these conversations that we're having is that is not a trade-off. We cannot balance customer expectations without focusing on our business needs and vice versa. It's a strategic alignment between both of the goals. At Blaine's, we're intentional about shifting from being product driven to being customer driven or neighbor focused. We are listening deeply and actively to our neighbors. We're really trying to understand what matters to them. But we have to deliver that expectation through not just financial value to the customer, but also to the organization. When we're doing personalization right, when we're using our data, and some of us are swimming in seas of data where others might not have very much, readily available to them. How do you use what you have? Enrich it with feedback and aligning it to your operational goals so that you're all working towards the same ultimate objective. It's going to drive more than just customer retention. It's going to build that incremental revenue, build that brand affinity, build that lifetime value with your customers, and then how do you position the right products and the right messaging and the right offers so that you can do it in a fiscally responsible way.
Ryan and Allie, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today. It was great giving a preview of the session. We look forward to learning more from both of you during the session on October 16th at noon East Coast. Loyalty 360 brand members will receive an invitation to attend, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you very much for listening today, and we look forward to seeing you on the 16th. Thank you.